Series from Psalm 23, and we're actually on the last verse right now, verse 6, and I'm going to share about the first part of that verse, where King David makes this declaration. He says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." And on reflecting on this statement that David makes, I have looked at the different words that he has used in making up this statement. And the first one is the word goodness. Goodness meaning kindness and generosity and integrity. And we certainly know when we experience goodness from people. But I recall a situation in the Bible where Moses, the leader of God's people, right back in the Old Testament, finds himself on the top of a mountain having a one-to-one with God. And right here and there, if that's not enough, he's very audacious in asking God a question. He asks God for something. He says to him, "God, please let me see your glory." God's response to him is this: "You may not see my face, as no one can see me and live." Such is the wonder and power of God that we humans could not witness it or process it or absorb it, because it's totally beyond our human finite makeup. But God continues to Moses and he says this: "But I will make my goodness to pass right in front of you." How incredible is that? That God has allowed Moses to witness his goodness. And you know, God has allowed us to see and experience his goodness too. Which is why the psalmist can say, "Surely goodness follows me." He also says, though, that mercy follows him. And in many versions of the Bible, that word mercy is interchanged with the word love. And here, love means not that fluffy feeling which makes us feel good, that people like us. But in this context, it actually means this: that mercy is love in action, the application of love. I once heard a very famous preacher define mercy as this: God not giving me all the bad things I deserve. So what the psalmist here is saying is that God's goodness follows us. Everything that's good about God follows us. But also, he just withholds all the bad things that we do deserve and just gives us his goodness. And so we continue, "Surely goodness and mercy follows me." Follow means to go after. But you know, we can follow people and the distance between us can be quite variable. We can be miles behind them, just keep in view and still following, but we're not in reach of the person we're following. Or we can be right up behind, on their heels, touching them to keep hold on them. And the Passion version of the Bible actually helps us to understand what this means to follow. It says, "Only goodness and tender love pursue me." And that word pursue means follow after in order to catch. There is intention to be right there with whatever we're following. And the Message translation also gives us a great picture. It says, "Your beauty and love chase after me every day of my life." Chase after. We can see it, can't we, in our mind's eyes? Pursuing someone intently and tenaciously with the purpose of catching them. And I love that there's tenacity involved in this chase. It's about not giving up, not letting go. So God's goodness and mercy chase after us, and they will never give up or let go of us. And so we have David here in this psalm reflecting on his life. He talks about the good times, doesn't he? The calmness and the tranquility of the quiet waters. But he's also shared those bad times of the Death Valley experiences. The enemy camp where it's felt like everyone is out to get him and take him out. But his conclusion about his life is this: "Surely goodness and mercy follows me all the days of my life." Surely, of a certainty, for sure. There is no doubt, no question about this statement, because it is David's truth. It's a statement that's written in the book of truth, the Bible. And do you know what? It's a truth that I know, not with my head knowledge, but a truth that I know by my experience. That God chooses to chase after me, after us, with his goodness. And you know, we've been singing a song just lately called "The Goodness of God." And I love that And it summarises the truth of my experience even more. And there's one line in that song that says this: I have lived in the goodness of God. If I had a great voice, I would sing it to you because I absolutely love it. But it says I have lived in the goodness of God. Not just encountered it or experienced it on occasions, but lived in it. And you know what? When I look back over my life, I can see the good times of prosperity. I can see the bad times. And believe it or not, we have had bad times of unemployment, financial hardship, ill health, loss of loved ones, where it's felt like people are out to get us and take us out. But my response has to be today what the psalmist David has made a statement about, the lyrics of this songwriter: surely goodness